Hello everyone, this is Cthulhu1 and I'm back with another episode of my Minecraft mod showcase series on Kamen Rider Craft V3, and last time we did, I believe, Drive, Ghost, and a good chunk of X-Aid. Today we're going to finish off X-Aid, starting with Kamen Rider Laser, whose gamer driver is crafted exactly as you would expect. And we get Baksu Bike, Giri Chambara, and of course his gamer driver itself. And if we reach up here, we can grab his Gashikan Sparrow in its Scythe modes, and in its Gashikan Sparrow combined mode. And to craft these, you use the Basho Bike 1 for one, and the Gary Jambara 1 for the other, and then you combine them into the combined mode, which does 12 attack damage. Which, by the way, if I didn't say it last time, these both do 9, so they're equal to his Gashikan Breaker. Anyway, Henshin into Kamen Rider Laser. Now, as you can tell, this is not the Kamen Rider Laser from the show, who's a bike, because that would be very hard to code. Instead, he has a humanoid form from the get-go, and of course, you do have his level 1 and level 2 forms. So, yeah, that's cheating a tiny bit, but really I can see why, because it would be impossible to really code that. But anyway, we get his Giri Kamara level 3 form, which does look awesome. He does have a really cool look to him. And I like that these are fairly big tools. Like, these are fairly big in your hand, which is fitting, because in the show it's a pretty big prop. But yeah, you've got both of these. Dual wielding not available, so just 2 of them at the moment. But this is the better one anyway, because it does 12 attack damage and is a ranged weapon as well as a melee weapon. But now that we have all 4, we can look at this, Draco Knight Hunter, and as you can see, I have the belts of all the other riders in here. Now, as in the show, this is a special thing, where if I use this, I get the Hunter Gamer level 5 form, with the arms and legs that he has in particular. But if I were to switch out my gamer driver for X-Aids and use it, I get the chest armor, and I think if I shift, I can equip the full set. But, you know, basically it's the chest armor just like in the show, because that's kind of the theme, is that it's basically armor from a Monster Hunter game. But it's also a co-op Monster Hunter game, so you're supposed to split it up between you. I don't believe Laser can use the all form. No, he cannot. But Brave can also use it. And he gets the right arm, which is normally would have a sword. It's not in the mod. You can see kind of the sword right there. But pretty cool. And if I switch, and he can, of course, do the all dragon form. And then if we get Snipe in here, we can get the other one, which has a gun. Not much you can do with this right now, but it does look cool. And of course, he can use the all dragon form. So pretty dang cool that that is included. I do like how it works, that it works just like it does in the show, because a lot of times that can be overlooked, and I like that this mod really doesn't overlook a lot of that stuff. But next up, we have Kamen Rider Genmu, or Kamen Rider Gem, which I'm going to put that over there, which is Proto Mighty Action X Gashat, Shakiriki Sports, still saving the Proto for another rider, Dangerous Zombie, which is what this goes with, and Proto Mighty X Action X Origin, which I'm going to save by putting over here. And that's basically it for him, so let's take a look at Kamen Rider Genmu, or Gem, who is a repaint of X-Aid, and actually in the universe they actually did call him a Black X-Aid for a while. But again, this is one of those times that I'm actually fine with it, because he is the prototype version of that. But anyway, we have Kamen Rider, we have his level 3 form, which is Shakariki Sports, which has a bicycle merged with his body. Weird looking, but cool. Actually, I just realized I should get him the proto version of Shakariki Sports, because he actually used this in the Hyper Battle video, or a copy of him did. So, yeah, it's just a grayed out version of it, but it does exist. And anyway, now we go to his Gashikan Bug Visor, which in the show can be used as a weapon. It can't be here. And we can switch to his Dangerous Zombie form, which is really cool. And I don't think the Gashikan bug visor is actually a weapon. No, the weapon version is not currently added in, but you do get this cool form, which I love this form. It's one of my favorite Kamen Rider forms, especially for a Dark Rider, because it just looks so menacing. And it's got that menacing entrance thing. He's even got his spines down his back. There are certain texture packs this guy would go very well with, because in the show he actually has the ability to generate hallucinations in people that, go with the horror game motif that he has. But anyway, for the next form, we are going to need his normal belt back, and we have Proto Mighty Action X Origin, which is his level 0 form. Again, I want to make the suggestion that the level 0 forms maybe have the ability to somehow inflict weakness, if that is at all possible, because it would fit what they do in the show. But we can actually also use it with Dangerous Zombie to be level X0, which in the show was much stronger than level X, and actually stronger than Dangerous Zombie normally. And this is cool. I mean, it is just him with the normal buckle on, but that still works. It still looks pretty cool. And I do like the idea of it, and it also kind of makes sense how they explain it, because Dangerous Zombie was never meant to actually work with a normal Gashat, because, well, it was only meant to work in the Gashcon Bug Visor, which only has one slot. But anyway, let's move on to the next rider, which is, let's see, where did I put these? Okay, I put everything else in here. But the next rider, which will be Kamen Rider Paradox, or Para-DX, whichever you want to call it, or Parad Deluxe. Like, there's so many different ways to pronounce his name. Anyway, let's henshin into Kamen Rider Paradox. I mean, yes, that is not how it works in the show, but it works here. And we do have his Puzzled Gamer form, which is my least favorite of the two. It still looks pretty cool, but it's not my favorite of the two, and he does have a head on the back of his head. But we can also change into his Knockout Fighter form, which I love this form. This form's so much cooler. I really do like it. But yeah, pretty much that's all he has normally, because he doesn't have any potion effects yet, but we do get his Gamer Driver form, and we get his Perfect Knockout form, which is just plain awesome. And he does have his weapon, the Gashikon Parablade Gun, which is crafted exactly how you would expect. It actually can be crafted two different ways. It does not have two different modes like the normal ones. And his Paradox Belt is not yet craftable. I assume that will be crafted how you would expect it to be. Or it might be just something generated by this. And maybe it is now. Let's see. Nope. But anyway, you do get his Parablade Gun, which I'm not a big fan of this weapon in the show, like in the looks department, but its functionality is definitely there. And it does 14 attack damage, so pretty dang cool. And in general, I like this form. I like Paradox Knockout Fight, Perfect Knockout. It's just such a cool form. But anyway, next we have a few more belts, which this is going to be a little weird because some of these are not in the show. But first off, let's go with the Ride Players, which are something later in the series, and, well, henshin. And here we have the Ride Player who get these Ride Weapons, which does have a gun mode, and in the show was just a repaint of the weapon the Rio Troopers had. But it looks cool. These guys are probably going to be extremely weak because, well, here's the thing. You also get the Nico version. Now, here's the thing. This one is supposed to have the same stats, but I think it should actually be stronger because in the show she is a lot stronger. Like, in the show, Nico actually has the strength of a level 10 rider. She's not as weak as the other Ride Players, so that's something I think maybe should be reflected. But anyway, let's move on to the next one, which is long chest. This is not going as planned. Next we have Kamen Rider Laser Turbo, which is where I'm actually going to get into those Proto Gashats over there. Now, if you've not seen that far into the show, this is basically Laser's sort of super mode. Henshin, which it's actually really similar to the bike version that we already introduced. But this is basically his super mode, and this is where the Proto-Gashats come in, because he was the one that actually uses them. Long story short how that works, but I already showed Shakuriki Sports. In fact, I have it right there. He did not actually use Dragonite Hunter because he did not have it, but I'll show it anyway. Anyway, first we get Dekito's Robots, which is a gray version of the normal one. Then we get Dorifuha Beat Proto, Proto Jet Combat, Proto, he actually cannot ironically use the Proto Giri Kamara one. Shakuriki Sports, and Draco Knight Hunter, which he also cannot use, so I'm going to actually have to switch out another bike to show what they look like. Of course, this is just a grayscale version of the normal version of it, and I don't think, no, only Laser Level 1 can apparently use that one. That's weird. But yeah, basically just grayed out versions of the normal ones. So that's basically all there is for Laser Turbo. Again, he's a level 0, so same suggestion of somehow being able to inflict weakness on enemies would probably be an interesting concept to do with him. But next we have Kamen Rider True Brave. Sorry about that, got a phone call, but next we have Kamen Rider True Blade. And I'm just going to zoom through these because these are just kind of weird ones. And he does use Tattle Legacy, only in his case, it's level 50, not level 100. So that's kind of interesting. We get Kamen Rider Fuma, and I do need his Gashat for this. And he does get his Fuma Sword, which, it does a decent amount of damage. Kamen Rider Proto Brave, and Kamen Rider Proto Snipe. And the Ninja Player Belt, even though that's kind of a different thing, and I should actually put it, or I should probably put it actually closer to the, what did I do? I don't know what I did. Anyway. So let's show off these and see what they do. First up we have True Brave, who is from the movie. And looks pretty cool. I like that he does have a distinct look from the normal Brave. And he does get True Brave Sword, which does 13 attack damage and is crafted with Tattle Legacy. So technically you could use this in the normal Brave if you wanted to. But nothing much different other than the color scheme. Then we have Kamen Rider Fuma, who is the big bad of the summer movie True Ending, and looks pretty cool. He does not have a level 1 form, but he might not in the movie. We actually don't know what level he actually has. He has the Fuma Sword, which is kind of a katana, and nothing really on the back yet, because we have not seen his back all that much. But he does look pretty cool. I do like that we have a ninja-themed rider as the big bad. And next we have the Ninja Player Belt, which I like the look of this. This really works. And one thing I could suggest is maybe making the ride players and the ninja players alternate mooks, if that's possible. Like, just with the same skin as the Bugsters and everything. That could be interesting and would make sense with the show. Or maybe give the ride players the Pigman AI. That might make sense. But anyway, Kamen Rider Proto Brave, which is just him with the Proto Gashat. Really nothing to it. Same with Kamen Rider Proto Snipe. But that's really all there is at present, though this one has a bit more validity because we actually saw it in the show. Sort of. It was in, like, for 5 seconds. And of course these have basically all the functionality you expect. And lastly, we get the Gashukan Bug Visor for Kamen Rider Poppy and for Kamen Rider Krotos, and I got these backwards. And these are the last two. And Kamen Rider Poppy, who is adorable. I love Kamen Rider Poppy. And if I'm not mistaken, let me see if I can grab it here. There might be something with this. No, there's not. I thought there might have been. But yeah, she's pretty cool. I do like Kamen Rider Poppy. Cool female rider. And lastly, we have Kamen Rider Kronos, aka the current big bad, who does look freaking awesome. And I imagine this guy's probably going to be pretty overpowered. So, yeah, this is Kamen Rider Kronos. He looks awesome. Does not have a weapon of his own because he actually uses the Gashkan Bug Visor as his weapon. But he does look awesome. Not sure how you would implement a time pause ability into this, but he does look cool. He is one of my favorite designs of Kamen Rider X-Aid. I like that he has the long coat to him. But anyway, that's pretty much it for Kamen Rider X-Aid, except for the Legend Rider Yashats. But to do that, I'm going to need to clean out my inventory because it is full of junk. And we're going to switch back to X-Aid because he was the one that primarily used them. Gimmu also used them, so I guess I'll throw him in there too. But anyway, let's go to X-Aid first. And grab these out. Let's go Ichigo. I like that they all have names. Like, that is something I really do adore about X-Aid, is they gave all these names. Adventure Guy Kuga, Agito of the Sun, Mirror Labyrinth Ryuki, Mushi Mushi Fies, King of Poker Blade, Toku Master Hibiki, Insect War Kabuto. I accidentally did something weird there. Insect Wars Kabuto, and Express Den-O. So let's henshin into these. Let's go Ichigo, which looks awesome. I love this. This just looks cool. I do really enjoy, like, each of these Legend Rider forms. X-Aid did it really well because it wasn't just, like, palette swaps or hoodies or something like that. It actually did something pretty cool with it. Adventure Guy Kuga, which does look awesome. I do like this suit. Like, it's just a cool suit. Like, that's the thing with the X-Aid suits is, yes, they look weird, but they look really cool, and they fit the design really well. Agito of the Sun looks pretty awesome. Mirror Labyrinth Ryuki, which looks really weird because he has black eyes, but apparently that's how it works in the show and stuff. These are from the Net movie and the game that they have over in Japan that we unfortunately cannot play. Mushi Mushi Fies. Oh, it looks pretty cool. King of Poker Blade. I love King of Poker Blade. It looks pretty dang epic. Hibiki, who again has the creepy black eyes of death. But he does look pretty cool. I do like it. Insect Wars Kabuto, who again looks pretty dang awesome. And Den-O. I think Ichigo is my favorite out of these. He just looks awesome. But anyway, let's get them up here and grab the next batch, which I think this is where I'm going to switch over to Gimmu just to have a little bit of variety here. We have Doki Doki Makai Castle Kiva, which I think ties into like the Kiva movie, which is kind of cool. Barcode Warrior Decade, Detective Double, Jungle O's, which sounds actually like a breakfast cereal or something. Space Galaxy Forze, Magic the Wizard, which I know Gim actually used in this. Tokindin Gaim, Full Throttle Drive, and Kaigan Ghost. So anyway, okay, actually no, it can't use that. My mistake. I thought he could. He can use some of them, that's right. But X-Aid can use all of them, so let's just go with X-Aid. Looks pretty cool, I do like it. Doesn't quite get the bat eye thing that Kiva has, but it still looks cool. Decade. Double. Okay, that one looks pretty awesome. I do like how that looks. O's. Okay, that one definitely looks pretty cool. I do like the way they incorporate that into the suit. Forze. Magic the Wizard. Okay, now this one Gim actually used, so I'm going to show it off. Wizard, which does look pretty dang cool. Wizard's got one of my favorite designs in all of Kamen Rider. I think it looks better on default X-Aid though. Tokingen Gaim, which, again, pretty cool. Full Throttle Drive, which that one looks good. That one looks really cool. And finally, Kaigan Ghost, who is actually the only one that has a level 1 style form, which is just black on the back. But yeah, that's pretty cool. He's the only one that has a level 1 style form. And this one looks cool, and this one was in the movie. So, yeah, pretty cool. That's basically it for X8, and it has some really cool stuff, and he also does have a head on his back. I don't think the others actually do. Okay, yeah, they do. Oh, they do all have giant heads on their back. Interesting. But anyway, that's basically all there is for X8. A lot of stuff for X8. Like, this adds a ton of stuff into the mod. But anyway, we do have, I think, one more rider left, so let's move on. And up here we have the last rider of this update, which is surrounded by severed heads for good reason, because it's Kamen Rider Amazons. And not to be confused with Kamen Rider Amazon, even though they are very similar. Sort of. Design-wise, not really plot-wise at all. But we do have all of the Amazon riders available, which I should put you right here. And then we can go into this, which my thoughts on Kamen Rider Amazon is it's pretty fun. I mean, it's good, got good production values, but it's kind of an in-name only series to me. Basically, the brutality and the suit designs are about the only thing it has in common with the original. Nothing against it, it just is kind of more of a homage than an actual follow-up or remake. Anyway, Amazon into Kamen Rider Amazon Omega, who does have one of my favorite designs of this season, and does look pretty dang cool. And he was a good update on the Amazon design. But anyway, next we have, let's just go to his new Omega form, which this is not yet craftable, by the way. Oh wait, no, wrong one. I meant to use this one. Kamen Rider New Omega, which is its upgrade from the second season. Like a super mode sort of thing. Then we have Kamen Rider Amazon Alpha, who does look pretty cool. I like Alpha. He was basically taking more of Kamen Rider Amazon's original design, so I can respect that. He looks pretty cool and was pretty cool in the show. Then we have his blind version from the second season, which ironically, according to Toei, is actually more powerful. Weird, you'd think being blind would be a problem. But anyway, he does look pretty cool, and because they're visually identical, I can show off the back of the suit, and it'll be perfectly fine. And next we have Sigma, who was a pretty cool character for the, 2 episodes he existed. He does look pretty cool. And again, back looks cool. These are suits that you actually do have to look at the back because they look pretty awesome back there. But yeah, this guy was cool. And finally, Kamen Rider Amazon Neo, who was the main protagonist of the second season and looked pretty cool. I do like Neo. He is a pretty cool looking rider. But anyway, that's about it for the Amazon stuff. And I'm pretty sure for the mod in general. Let me double check to make sure I didn't forget anything, and then I'll meet you back in the real world to end the video if I didn't. Alright guys, I did not forget anything, so this will be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And this was an awesome mod, and I love this mod. This is one of my favorite mods in all of Minecraft because it just got so much effort put into it and so much cool stuff. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video series, and I'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to get notifications of when I post new stuff. See you guys next time. Bye! I still don't have a catchphrase.